My child, do you want to learn how to make big drawings?
Oh yes, master, please teach me. Yes, I'm gonna learn how to draw big paintings, man. Yes, let's fucking go.
Go draw boxes. Now.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
No boxes, man.
I've come
Please.
to talk with you again.
Alright, step 1, the concept. Okay, that is the most important step of all. It begins there and it ends there. So always whenever you're starting with big illustrations, draw concepts like these in your sketchbook or in your painting app or whatever, and that will help you in the planning of the painting or drawing or whatever big stuff that you're doing. And if you do not plan them accordingly, it just falls down on you. So this is the base. The base is what is most important. Alright, step 2. Now that you're done with the concept or the thumbnail, now you can go ahead and make a rough draft or a refined version out of it, and then add more ideas as you do so. So this is where it gets creative. This is where the thumbnailing and the rough draft is where you should be spending the most time on. You should be getting the most creativity out of, okay? Because that is the planning stage. The planning and the base stage is what is the most important. Everything else will build up on that base. It is like a building, okay? To construct a building, you have to put down a strong base. If the building doesn't have a strong base, then it all falls apart. It is as simple as that. So yeah, do a rough, draw more ideas into the rough, and just move on ahead with the refining stage or with the sketch stage. Okay, now in the sketch stage, you can put down more refined lines or put down a line art if you want to. I personally do not do line art because it just takes a lot of patience out of me, and I do not have that much patience in me right now because I'm old as fuck. Okay, anyway, so I just put down like messy lines. I like to draw messy stuff, okay? I like to draw messy, okay? So even my sketches are kind of messy. So yeah, put down a sketch, put down a refined sketch so that you can hold the colors in the sketch. So after the sketch stage, what I like to do is a rough lighting pass, because that helps me to plan the lighting ahead of time. If you plan the lighting when you're coloring, then it goes all downhill. If you have to plan it before, because this is not drawing from a reference, this is like drawing from imagination, or this is like drawing from combining 2 or more references that you have right now. This is your imaginative drawing, and for drawing from imagination you need a lot of planning ahead of time. Okay, now the most important part, color. Alright, so while coloring, you first paint the background, because a background is what sets the tone or sets the environment or sets the mood of the painting or the drawing that you're drawing. Okay, you do not paint the characters first. Alright, you first paint or draw the background first, and then you put the characters on top of the background. Okay, without the background, the characters wouldn't exist. I mean, yeah, they can, but still, the background looks cool. Okay, and the second part is that while coloring, draw both the values together. So, for example, if you paint the shadow at first, you quickly paint the light on the second pass. Alright, so always keep that in mind. Separate the shadows and the light. Keep only 2 values, and you're good to go. Then start adding more effects and stuff, such as edges, special effects, and all those kind of things. Maybe more detail. Okay, so yeah, slowly start adding stuff, slowly start building stuff. Alright, so something like this. But the separation of light and shadow and separating the values into only 2 values is what is most important. Okay, so do not skip that. Do not. Okay, now for the tips, how to render properly. Now if you look over here, this is an edge. If I remove all this stuff, it becomes a hard edge. So what I've done is I have softened the edge using more lines. which is kind of what is called as hatching. Okay, so yes, there are different ways to soften the edge, like I mentioned in my most fun way to color video. So yes, so even in Beast Gohan's hair, I have used hatching to soften the edges of light and shadow. So yes, all these techniques, all these fancy brushes is what gives character to the painting. So use them to your advantage. Use all these textured brushes once you have put down your main two values to your advantage. All right, so yes, and that is how you make big paintings. Yes, they take time, all right, but the goal is to keep moving forward. You do not stop. Okay, you do not stop on one spot and start doing this and refining it until it is perfect. You do not perfect things. Okay, let go of the perfection. The more imperfect it is, the more perfect it will be. All right, remember that, and always keep drawing and subscribe. And yes, join the Discord. We get crazy on Discord, so join it. I can give you tips, secret tips. Alright, see you next time. Bye.
You there? Now that you've learned how to make big drawings, please click the subscribe button now and join the Discord, or you'll never be a god. Goodbye.